What is up, guys? Rick Hackers here, going over the exotic year 1 controversy happening right now. Now, I didn't think I would have to make this video. I was playing the Black Ops 3 beta, and I thought that I would have at least a few days of lull for Destiny information that I could do something new, do something different for a little bit. But almost like clockwork, Bungie does something crazy, and now we're in this position. And that thing crazy, it's quite crazy. And, you know, the Destiny subreddit, for one, is up in arms, and the Bungie forums are up in arms as well. And if you don't know what this is, what this exotic controversy is, here it is. Basically, when the Taken King comes out, exotics are not really going to be stored and utilized as they are now. When you get an exotic, you get an exotic blueprint. Now what this means is that you can go to a kiosk essentially, and because you have gotten a blueprint of an exotic, you can access that exotic at any time. So essentially how it works is that if you acquire the new Taken King exotic, the Sleeper Simulant, you're also going to unlock its blueprint. Now what that's going to do is it's going to let you withdraw this weapon from any time from this blueprint kiosk. So you might be able to just delete it in your inventory and then nothing happens, and then you can go and get the blueprint of that weapon. You can go and get that weapon again essentially at any time. So the blueprints are just a new storage method for your exotics, so it's not taking up, you don't have to have all your exotics in your inventory at once because you have all these blueprints at this kiosk and you can withdraw them whenever you like. Alright, well that sounds like actually a good idea. So what controversy are we talking about? Well, basically in the streams and in gameplay showing off this kiosk, there has been year 2 versions of year 1 exotics. For example, the Arose regime appears in Destiny Year 2 primaries. Like the blueprints are broken down into different sections, and again, there's Year 2 primaries. The Red Death is there, and the Last Word is there, for example. And they actually have a little bit different pictures for their icons as they do with the Year 1 versions. Bungie later confirmed that this was because certain exotics that are appearing in the Year 2 primaries, for example, like the Red Death, like the Source Regime, are getting kind of remade. Their perks are a little bit different. They're getting revamped for the Taken King. Alright, that sounds kind of cool, and when they showed off the example of the Light Beyond Nemesis, that is the Warlock exotic helmet that lets you revive teammates faster and generate orbs, more orbs off a super, I believe. When they were going over that exotic helmet, you could see that its perks were a little bit changed. For example, they had one perk that you could select where it had increased intellect, and then right below it you could select increased discipline. So you could change between the two whenever you pleased. Now this is something certainly not found on the Year 1 version, the version that I have in my inventory right now of that helmet. The problem and the controversy occur when people started to notice that not all of the weapons available in the game right now are appearing again in the Year 2 versions. For example, the Hard Light was present under Year 1 primaries, but there was no Year 2 version. Bungie themselves later confirmed that not all exotic weapons and armor will be moving forward into Year 2, and as such, the ones that don't move forward will become obsolete in Year 2 Taken King content. So that's right, the Hard Light, after being completely useless for God knows how long, is finally getting a buff with the Taken King Update 2.0, but it won't be moving forward. Its attack won't be increasing. It'll just stay where it is for Year 2 content, making it absolutely obsolete in any sort of higher level PvE activity, and obsolete in anything aside from normal Crucible play. And of course, this angered a large portion of the community. Other weapons confirmed to not be moving forward into Year 2 include the Galahorn, the Vex Mythoclast, and the Necrochasm. Again, all of these weapons are going to be completely obsolete when doing Taken King content. So it begs the question, why Bungie? Why not just do the little bit of extra work and make these exotics available to utilize in the Taken King? why cut these exotics out? Especially since some of these exotics, especially the raid exotics like the Vex Mythoclast and the Necrochasm, are some of the most exclusive, desirable, and cool weapons in the game. And now they're completely obsolete? That just doesn't make sense. It also doesn't make sense considering what Bungie is doing to rebalance some of these weapons. What's the point of nerfing the Gjallarhorn if you aren't going to be able to utilize it in any of the new PvE content? Like, why not just leave it good for the year 1 players? The Hard Light and the Necrochasm as well, they have never been good. And now they're finally getting buffs in the Taken King patch 2.0, but they aren't being taken into the Taken King. It just doesn't make sense. So what's the point of even buffing these weapons if no one's going to be utilizing them outside of the people who don't have the DLC, which is almost no one? It's also going to be really awkward for all of the new players to Destiny who are joining Destiny through a Legendary Edition. You know, the versions of Destiny that come with the normal game, the 2 expansions, and the Taken King. So again, you have all these new players buying into Destiny with this version. What if they get a Hard Light in, for example, the raid, and then they're kind of thinking, wait a minute, why is this exotic, cool looking exotic gun completely useless all of a sudden? Why would they do this? Now, although these weapons are still going to be usable in Crucible content, you've also got to remember that in any Crucible content, in any PvP content that has level differentiation, like the Iron Banner and like Trials of Osiris, these weapons are going to again become useless. In other words, the most popular and the most fun game modes in PvP are where these guns are going to be completely useless. Now, this decision to let certain exotics fall completely into obsolescence goes against what Bungie themselves have said about exotics. I have a quote here from Deej himself in an old Bungie weekly update, and it is, quote, "The last thing we wanted was for you to look at your favorite gun or helmet and decide that it had become obsolete. Since the reveal, we've read a lot of ideas for how this could have been done better. Your feedback is clear. The time you have invested in your stuff should be respected." End quote. If that's not the most clear-cut fucking thing you've ever heard in your entire life about why to respect exotics and why to not make them obsolete, this is coming from Deej. This isn't coming from me. This isn't coming from some rando. This is Deej saying this. So what the hell? So guys, if you think this decision is as asinine and ridiculous as I do, please don't just say it in the comments and move on with your day. You need to tweet at Deej, tweet this video, share this video at Deej, go on the Bungie forums, be active in the community, because we have pressured Bungie into changing their decisions before and we can do it again. Bungie is classically being super shady about this whole deal because a lot of weapons, the weapons I said in this video, the Vex Mythoclast, Necrochasm, Hard Light, and Gjallarhorn, those are the only ones confirmed. There's a lot of weapons like the Meta Multitool that may be getting cut as well, but they just haven't been confirmed. So your favorite weapon is in danger of just being completely obsolete when the Taken King releases. So again guys, I want to stress that if you think this is a big deal, make it a big deal to Bungie. They need to know the consequences of their decisions. Because this decision not only flies in the face of how most players view exotics, but it also flies in the face of what Bungie themselves have said about exotics. That's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't be afraid to slap that subscribe button. Doing so will let you see Destiny content similar to this. My Twitch channel and Twitter are both linked in the description of this video. So check out my Twitter if you want to get in touch with me, and check out my Twitch if you want to see my ramblings live. Again, I hope you enjoy, and as always, have a good day.